Good afternoon, everybody. How is everyone doing tonight? Hopefully, everybody's staying dry. There's a little bit of a storm rolling through the country right now, just mainly rain. At least it's not the crazy tornadoes and everything that we've been having lately. As you can see, we're in the Fenix A320 tonight. Definitely my favorite airplane. And we are continuing our little, like I said last time, it's not really a world tour. It's just we're continuing from where we left off kind of thing. So, we're in Detroit, and we're going to be heading to Minneapolis, St. Paul. It's about a 2-hour block time. Got a departure time in about 15 minutes or less at the moment. It shouldn't take us too long to get going here. We've got myself, Kyle, Mr. Doug Don't, and Ron and Dev, it looks like. So, if you guys are interested in joining us, feel free to check out the links below in the description, as well as any other information about the hardware on the computer that I'm rocking. And any other questions, feel free to add them to the chat. So we'll go ahead and get back into the cockpit and get started here. And if you have any other questions, let me know. Okay, I'm back. Doop, 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 doop. All right. You guys hear me?
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Let's go over to the tablet. We got the GPU, chocks and cones. We got 14 minutes. DTW to MSP. Let's go ahead and start loading the aircraft here. Do fast time 8 minutes. Oh, now the gate works. Okay. It won't let me toggle it before. Or wait, maybe. Or is it just gonna bounce and taunt me? I think it's just gonna taunt me. Null zones. I don't understand why I get that when this thing doesn't have a null zone to worry about with the Moza. That's not the first time I've gotten it though, so we'll clear that message out. Get rid of it.
I've gotten that before too, yeah. I don't even know how to fix it.
Well, it's normally the Phoenix likes to have a slight dead zone, but I don't run it with the Moza because it's so precise.
You may want to add like a super small dead zone.
It's the only time it's ever an issue is whenever the Phoenix yells at me, so I'm not worried about it right now. It may just need a slight calibration as well. I kind of forget to turn it off sometimes. I normally am pretty good about turning it off and covering it up, but sometimes I do get up and walk away and it runs overnight. So it probably has something to do with a little drift. We got the CFM 56 engines. We're in the Delta livery tonight. And, oh, you know what? One thing I did not do is smart cars. Uh-oh. It wants me to update. Okay, we're not going to do that. I don't want to crash something by trying to update it. We'll either submit it, the pirate through Volanta, or just not submit it at all. We'll see. Okay, we'll go to the init page, and we'll go ahead and do flight request since we are on a little bit of a time constraint here for getting out of here. And instead of manually typing, apparently the real-world pilots actually use the flight request data link, flight plan, retriever, whatever you want to call it, more often than I realized. I figured that they would manually type it in a lot of the times, but that is apparently not the case. Cost index, we've got 21. And a cruise level of 360. We'll go and grab the winds, request the winds. We'll scoot over here and go ahead and grab the preliminary load information. Receive load sheet. Winds have been updated. Return. Okay, zero fuel weight of 128.5. And a CG of 31.5. Expecting a block fuel of 15.3. Gives us takeoff weight of 143.4. And a landing weight of 136.0. Accept that preliminary load sheet. Head on over to our flight plan page. Let's go DTW. Departure. And we have the... Wow, I about said that entirely wrong. It's the MIGI 3 departure on runway 4 right. Just substitute a letter there. Slap. Transition. That is an awesome transition name.
Oh, you're making me laugh way too hard right now.
I'm gonna go over here and slap Dev across the face with my winglet. Down to MSP arrival. We're expecting runway 12 right,
Hey, what did I
muscle
do?
3 on idiom.
Oh gosh.
Dev, it's like you've just accepted your role as a scapegoat. At this
Yeah, I
point.
have. At this point, I have.
Muscle 3. And idiom. Insert. Let's take a look at our flight plan page and step through this for any discontinuities. Other than maybe our approach. It looks like we are okay. Alright. We'll do a manual turn here at Dolly? Dolly. Over to Zesty. Man, these are some fantastic names tonight.
Oh gosh.
Alright, let's go grab our performance. Whoops, wrong button. Alright, we are on 4 right. It's dry. Sync preliminary, sync live weather. We got 3022 on the altimeter. Let's go ahead and push that in. And calculate. 150, 150, 151. I did not push the right button there.
No, you did not.
And we're looking at flaps 1, down 364 on the flex. $64 on the flex. And that takes care of that. Let's see where we're at with our loading. I guess I'm going to get the bleed on too. They're probably yelling at me for how hot it is in the back. It is currently, no, it's only 19 degrees outside, so they're probably pretty comfortable actually. And what am I forgetting?
Perf in it.
Oh, I did that.
Take up V speeds.
I just did that. Minute, perf, flight
Oh.
plan.
Wind.
I got the wins. Maybe it was flying the 737 last night with Dev that threw me off, throwing me off because there's a lot more steps involved to get things set up in that thing.
Sure, it's very possible.
All right,
Did you
aircraft
use
is
secondary
loaded.
route, radio navigation, anything like that you're missing?
Nah, I didn't do the secondary route. I don't usually do the secondary route. I probably should start doing that. But
Yes, you should.
we've got our final load sheet now, so scoot over here and double check the numbers on it. And we've got zero fuel weight at 128.5, which is what we already had, and we got 151 souls on board, well, packs on board. So 153 souls plus however many flight attendants we have. I have no idea. It does not tell you that. You'd think it'd tell you souls on board, but it does not. All right.
Hey, now, if you're watching.
What's that?
I think it does in a load sheet.
Does it actually?
Well,
I think so.
It probably does on the OFP. But I guess they just don't count for the actual weight.
Yeah.
Our departure has an initial altitude of 17,000 feet. That's interesting. And I think we're good. You guys ready?
Almost.
Right?
Nope.
You say no, Ron?
Not yet, but you can go. We'll catch up.
Alright. I'm over here. Surprised you can't fit two A320s side by side here. Who's sitting next to me?
I know.
I'm in the seven.
I
I'm in
didn't know
777.
you were. I didn't know you were there. I would have. There's plenty of space.
Well, I'm just surprised that you can't fit two 320s. Keep screwing that up. Side by side here with that overlapping wings. Alright, see if GSX is gonna work today. Beacon on. Ooh, look at that. Delta Airlines. Interrupt pushback? No. Why are you asking me to interrupt?
Pardon.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Oh, hello. Ready for pushback.
Mickey.
Yeah, be careful how you say that.
Yeah, I really do.
We're gonna go nose to the right and taxi Kilo. Is that Juliet?
Departure checks
Kilo
completed.
Juliet Tango.
Bypass pin inserted.
Good track IR setup.
Locking gear.
So X camera on X Plane 12 is the free version sufficient?
Yes.
Okay.
Although I have the paid version.
Of course
I
you
do enjoy the paid version.
What does the paid
Shut
version give you
up.
over the free version?
Way more camera slots, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Like you can have up to 3,000, I believe. Different camera views.
Well, how
per
many come
plane.
with the default?
9.
No. Well, see, that's plenty. Who would need 3,000 camera views?
I don't know. That's just the limitation it says on the website.
All right, nose to the right.
Release parking brakes, please.
Release parking brake off.
Commencing push. All
There's
engines
someone
clear.
that needs
Start at
3,000
will.
camera views.
What's that?
Ron?
No, you, Dev. You need.
I know. I know. That's why I said Ron.
And
You gotta get
know
one
these
for every
things.
seat.
I said I know someone.
Oh, okay.
Hey, not gonna lie, both free and paid for the 3,000.
Oh, shoot. Whenever I decide I need more than 9, I guess I'm golden. All the way up until 40,000.
Of our Airbus A320 aircraft. Thank you.
Ah, the CFMs sound good. So good.
Yeah, some people like the IAEs better. I don't understand it
Gentlemen,
completely.
welcome aboard our Airbus A320. Please pay attention to illuminated signs. And
You said you like the IAEs more?
I do like the IAEs a little bit more than the
Sound-
CFMs.
They sound real good in the flight. Sounds like
They
number
do.
one is
I also
available.
like the look of the engine a little bit more.
Well, see, I don't like the way the IAEs look.
Please set parking brakes.
CFMs look like it's CEO trying to be a
Waiting
Neo.
your confirmation
It's like a baby
for a good
Neo
engine
engine.
start.
Flop engine start.
We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
I don't understand why I have to
Parking
hit
brakes do less
the.
ground services.
I don't understand why I have to hit GSX twice on the menu bar still to this day.
Because it wants to auto hide itself. That's a legacy thing from P3D.
It's so dumb. It's
Yep.
been long enough. You guys could fix that code.
It sucks in P3D too. It's not a good implementation at all.
All right, engine 2 is available. Go APU. Master off.
By you guys, I just want to clarify, I am not responsible for whatever GSX does.
What?
Tow truck disconnected.
You said
Bypass
you
pin removed.
guys should have fixed that. I was like, I just want to make sure I'm not responsible for
Left is
anything
clear.
GSX does.
Right is
Oh,
clear.
I don't remember
Says-
saying that,
says, says does your completes.
but and we're down 0.3 on flight control. Trim. All right, right rudder, left rudder. Pull up, full down. Left, right. All right, flight control's checked. Homeboy's got our pins over there, so we're good. Have a good trip. Text lights come on. We'll drop the landing lights, runway lights on, strobe to auto. Overhead is clear of any issues, and we are in PWS. Spoilers are armed, flaps 1, max auto brake, radios are all set, not that we're on VATSIM. And we're good to go. You guys ready now?
Yep, pushing back right now.
Alright. Ron, how you doing?
Or attempting to, more like.
What'd you say, Ron?
Almost. Just checking the flight plan and be starting the engines in a minute.
Okay. Let's see, I got Kyle up in front, ready to go. Where's Dev at?
We're going left, pushing left or right.
You gotta push, well, it depends on where you're at. You gotta push to the
I'm
south.
on the same area where you are.
Then to nose to the right then.
Thank you.
How long till BFU? I don't know. Phoenix does not like to announce those things. They just,
No, they'll tell us probably the 2 hours before it happens.
they'll write a giant article about it, and then they'll be like, it'll come in the near future, and then suddenly it's here. It's their usual
Yep.
MO. I wish I knew, because I can't wait for it. Because the flare needs a little work still.
And I want the end of 2024 integration. GSX, why are we going through the terminal building?
Takeoff config
he
is
pushing you
checked.
forward?
GSX is kind of weird with the pushback sometimes, because it'll like go the wrong direction and then it'll correct to go to the correct direction. And sometimes the tug will do a 360 under the airplane.
Yep. Why is there no competitor to GSX yet?
I don't know.
Seriously.
Sounds need major improvements for me. I strongly dislike Fenix sounds after hearing KOSP. Wait, what's KOSP?
It's a sound pack for X-Plane, maybe at Boris. It sounds amazing.
Oh.
It's like candy to the ears. But no, I disagree. I like Phoenix sounds.
I haven't had any issues with the Fenix sounds, honestly. I mean,
Phoenix sounds amazing to me,
I've
personally.
ridden in a few, but I mean, it's never going to sound the same in a sim as it is in real life, just because of the acoustics in
No.
real life are so different.
And I wouldn't necessarily COSP or Phoenix are better than one another, just different.
Yeah, that's fair.
They accomplish 2 different things.
Only things Phoenix got right is the engine sounds. Oh.
I
That's what you're
strongly disagree with that.
What sounds are you saying COSP has a better version of?
I'm actually wondering the same thing.
Just out of curiosity, because that, man, I've never gone to an A320 cockpit and pushed a button before, so I don't know what that sounds like in real life. It's kind of an obscure. Why are you just a flat white livery? Cockpit sounds
I
like the
accidentally
fans, the
decided that
packs,
was
and
gonna-
things like that. Yeah, I've never been in the cockpit of a 320 to know what it really sounds like, so I'm not real sure.
I don't know what my brain was thinking, but I chose an ANA livery for this 777, and your sim probably doesn't know what to do with that.
Oh, I'm looking at Kyle right now. What livery are you in, Kyle?
Never mind.
The Delta 321, thank you to our employees.
I was about to ask if you're in a 321. Look like one. I've been in a 320 cockpit at the gate, and it was much louder than Phoenix is, and you should hear the APU if I
That's
open
true.
a door and window, which Phoenix doesn't model. Yeah, the Phoenix. I would agree with not being able to hear the engines, or the APU from the cockpit with the door open. Some airplanes do
I
that.
agree the sounds are a little quiet.
Well, they don't have
Again, I've never been in a cockpit.
They don't have
though.
audio sliders, but sometimes though the really loud, obnoxious fans is just, it drains you
Yep.
on a long flight. So it's nice that they are a little quieter. Kyle,
Now, if we
room
wanna
when
go-
you were.
If we want to go nitpicky on sounds, PMDG 737 and 777W sounds. Those are bad.
I'm not a huge fan of their sounds.
Alright, I'm ready for taxi. Where are you guys?
Kyle is pulling out into the runway, and I'm holding short.
Oh crap, okay. Oh, dang it, I turned the wrong direction.
I'm gonna get you a little compass as a gift.
Don't even... No.
Hey, it
Oh,
happens
gosh.
frequently enough that you should take the extra time and figure it out. Clouds look good with that sun setting one behind them. I've got a flight coming up soon when I head up to Boston for the Flight Expo, and I'm going to be in the ERJ, the E-Jets. I'm on Delta. I'm going to see if I can't get me a trading card and see if I can get into the cockpit, get my picture taken.
Good luck. They're really hard to get.
All right, Kyle is on the
I've
move.
tried 8 times in the past year. No one seems to have them.
I'm going to ask. That's all we can do. Lighting lights on, strobe, and takeoff lights.
Okay. That I do not think is true. The fly-by-wire sounds are not better than the Phoenix sounds.
I would say the Phoenix are better than fly-by-wire, is my opinion too.
Yeah.
Fly-by-wire also has a massive community to get at these things as well.
Boris makes it. Oh, he does. Oh, so
Boris-
it's just like Cosp then.
Now, I haven't really flown the fly-by-wire very much lately, so I don't know, maybe they've improved it since the last
That's
time I've flown it.
possible. I haven't flown fly-by-wire since I got the Phoenix a year ago.
Alright, Kyle, I'll give you another 20 seconds or so. Here's Dev. Let's see. Ron, where you at? Oh, you're about behind me.
behind you.
Beautiful. Alright. Reset the chrono. 50%. Forward pressure. Stable. And flex SRS climb nav.
I will say, Aaron, if Boris had reported cost to MSFS for the Phoenix, I would totally be getting that.
There's a little speck or something on my screen that's bothering me. It's right where I'm looking when I'm looking up the runway there. Release that pressure. V1 and rotate. That's right, gear up. I was right on the money on that rotation.
Probably just contact Boris directly, but I doubt reaching out to him directly would do that. Especially since Microsoft and X-Plane soundbacks are two completely different beasts. There would have to be enough interest, and I think enough people are in
Well.
love with Phoenix sound that there's not going to be enough interest.
And let's roll to the left. Oh, that's a beautiful departure. Excuse me.
Ron, I actually pulled behind you, my bad.
Oh, that's okay. Oh, that's good. Wait a minute.
What'd you do?
I actually pulled behind...
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I pulled behind Ron on the active runway.
Oh. S speed flaps up. Yeah, the only sound pack I've ever gotten was the CRJ, and that was really good.
You bought the CRJ sound pack? Oh yeah, you did, recently.
Yeah. 'Cause I got it for like $10. So I was like, you know what? can go ahead and get it. And then, of course, the CRJ was
Reabandoned.
reabandoned. Is a good word for it. It's better than it was, but it's the flight model got weird.
No, they won't fix it.
Did they say why?
No, they just don't update it. I mean, I can't imagine it'd be a downgrade from the current sounds.
What do you think the new Phoenix sounds will sound like? Better than the current sounds? I would hope so. If they're improving the sounds, I would hope we go in the right direction. It's an entirely new AVC soundscape in the flight deck. Maybe that'll fix what your concerns are.
Yeah. I frankly don't have a problem with the Phoenix sound deck. Again, if Cosp ever did come over to Phoenix, I would get it, but that's mainly just for the tuning, being able to change audio levels.
Being able to adjust the sound levels would be nice.
Yep. And for some other niceties that sound packs like Cosp offer, but I don't have a big problem with the current state of the sounds. I enjoy them.
Think they were better before the V2 update? Interesting. I don't really recall noticing a huge difference, but I don't pay as much attention to sounds as some other people do.
I've spent quite some money on some packs. I can avoid. Do not, just don't.
I don't have to say anything anymore.
I wasn't gonna say anything either.
Alright, there's a altitude constraint here at 7,000, so you guys are going to be stuck at that for a minute. There's also a competitor out there for GSX. It is Say Intentions Entourage.
Yeah, I tried that. I don't like it as much as GSX in its current state. I don't feel like it does everything. But maybe once it gets better. It's also $50.
It's 50
Yes.
for a pushback add-on, or what? Okay, what else does it do?
It does a lot of other things. It does AI cabin announcements. You can have a co-pilot. It does. You can have a tour guide. It does some basic radio junk.
Who needs a tour guide when I got a dev?
Okay.
It goes the wrong way around the airport.
Oh, come on.
Oh, that was a good one.
I have so much lore behind me at this point.
You say lore?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a very accurate statement. Alright, let's go ahead and go autopilot.
For pushback, I actually use Aerosoft Pushback Pro, but guess what happened to it? It has the same fate as the CRJ,
Vaporware?
for the most part. Yes.
Yeah,
It's really good, too. But, like, never gets updates.
Well, there was that free tool, and then it was great.
Yeah,
It
the
worked great
Airsoft
for the
on it.
fly-by-wire, and then, like, it caused the Phoenix to do wonky things, so I stopped using it.
Yeah, so the paid version does not do that, actually. They fix it in the paid version.
Oh.
and then fix it in the free version
It's
for some reason.
the paywall. Oh, we see you guys like this mod. How about we make you pay for it to fly the airplane you really like?
I fell for the Aerosoft A330, unfortunately.
I told
didn't
you
watch
not to
reviews.
buy that.
I don't think you did.
Yes, I
told me
did.
After I bought it.
No.
Did you?
I told you to
Oh.
wait. And then
Hey,
you're
you
like,
think
yeah,
it's what
I'll
happened
wait. You didn't wait.
No. Do you want to know what happened to the A330?
Oh, is it
Guess
even
what
working
happened
anymore?
No, it's vaporware. Also, none of the expansions they promise are now a thing.
I don't know what's going on with
It's still for sale if
Aerosoft.
you want to buy it.
I don't know what they're doing. It's crazy.
Hey,
Oh.
guess what happened to the Germany scenery I bought? It was supposed to be 2024 compatible. Huh? It's vaporware.
Vaporware. Developers never do that, Nez. Never. How you doing tonight, Nez? You feeling any better?
Airsoft used to be so good. What happened?
Yeah, I don't know what's it's crazy. They went from this top tier developer to, you know, they were the developers of the first real good airliner, CRJ, for 2020, and then you know, stopped updating it and then just disappeared. Randomly put the 330 out. It was horrible. And 24 rolls around and like, here, have a CRJ, and then that's about it.
Garen, I use better pushback for X-Plane exclusively. It's like the only half decent pushback tool. It is better than GSX. It actually works. And it's free.
I'm sorry you still feel bad, Nez.
Yeah, it's not fun.
I have not tried any other pushback than GSX in a long while. Because the pushback usually works pretty well. At least that feature of GSX works. Most of the time.
See, it likes to drive me in the terminal building for some reason. I don't know why. I figured out why it does this. I also don't like having the need to install profile for every airport.
360. And back to managed. And let's go ahead and go over to standard. Probably should have done my after takeoff checklist. We'll go ahead and release the passengers.
We were trying to do a flight in the 737 last night, like 12 o'clock, and we were both so out of it, we didn't follow the checklist correctly. I didn't put the flaps up until we were at the gate.
Well, you didn't drop the flaps. We were doing a shared cockpit on X-Plane.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't drop the flaps until I'm literally rolling down the runway. It's like,
We were so out of it.
config set up. Oh, and Dev was like, oh, the flaps. I was like, I'll just put it down. It'll be all right. I was so tired.
I don't think a sound pack for GSX is necessary. I don't want to spend any more money on GSX, actually.
GSX must be like a spaghetti code of slap together features.
Oh, yeah. If you go to the P3D version of GSX, actually, there's still a bunch of coming soon features in the code. I'm not even joking.
Really didn't do a good job with my after takeoff checklist.
Probably not, Gareth. I think my closely we're getting the better pushback is the Airsoft Pushback Pro. Just because, again, X-Plane and MSFS are two completely different beasts when it comes to modding. X-Plane, you can drag a couple folders and with a couple of Lewis scripts and call it a day. In flights, you get to do a bunch of compiling in C++, and it's a little bit of a... So I highly doubt we will see that anytime soon.
Maybe in the big plane update they'll actually make sunshades that shade the sun.
Did you just call it Big Plane Update?
Whatever. Look at this sunshade here. It's like it doesn't make a difference. It actually makes it worse, I think. You get the big star pattern out of the sun versus just leaving that up. It's hardly noticeable.
That might actually be... Well, no, because the 747 does a good job at it.
I feel like it used to work.
Maybe it's more realistic. Maybe it just doesn't work in real life.
No, no way. Imagine all the complaints they would have.
Can't change it because of the type rating.
An entire type rating relies upon the sunshade being the correct tint.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, that's great. Meanwhile, Boeing is out here changing the entire cockpit up.
They don't change anything. They just slap more stuff in there. It's like, you know, Airbus actually took time and made a cockpit that like looks the same and is aesthetically pleasing, and you know, put some thought into it.
Everything's the same place you expect it to be, as in the CEOs.
Yeah, and then you got the 737, which it looks like somebody came in there with a screwdriver and a drill and started slapping panels in that bad boy from 15 different airplanes.
Yep, and then they decided, oh wait, no, we need the physical gauges. No, let's just put them digital. Let's just make a digital replication of the physical gauge on the big screen. That's a good idea.
Touchpad flight computers.
Yep.
That seems atrocious. Like, I don't even like typing on my phone. I hate texting.
No.
And but there's not really a good way around it.
No. That's a question I don't know. It's really up to personal preference. I mean, you can mod X-Plane out and make it look really good, but there's also the fact that, well, some people MSFS looks better, some people X-Plane looks better. It depends on what you like. But I highly doubt that Laminar is focused on visuals at the moment. They move more focused on how the sim feels and how it flies and visuals.
So having just bought X-Plane 12, I've never been an X-Plane user. It is it looks good in certain scenarios, arguably better than MSFS on some stuff, but then it'll also, and then other stuff just looks like absolute trash.
Yeah, like night lighting by default is pretty bad.
Yeah, without any sort of mods, the sim has its moments, but it's very selective.
So I'm currently helping not mod his sim out to hopefully look better in more scenarios, but it's never gonna guess. In least X-Plane 12's current state, you're not gonna compete with what you have in MSFS entirely.
But I don't have enough flight time in it to make a solid comment either.
No.
I've flown to like.
How old is X-Plane 12?
X-Plane 12, it's been out since 2022, but X-Plane as a game has been out since like 85?
I will say X-Plane 12 like just works better. The menus and things are more reactive. You can get in the sim and on the ground in like 3 minutes.
Oh.
But the visuals
it's a balance, though.
MSFS win.
It's a balance, yeah, with that. It's just a balance of what you like. It's like you can't. It feels like I just need both sims to combine to each other. It seems like the study level add-ons you have in X-Plane are amazing, but then again, you don't have the graphic add-ons that you have in MSFS.
Yeah, if you could combine the two, you would have a really good product.
Yeah, you would.
Best ortho mod for X-Plane. You're going to have to leave that one up to dev. I've been an owner for 1 day.
Okay, there's 3. You can use your auto ortho if you like having an external application running, which is what I use personally. Ortho 4XP, that takes up a heck ton of storage, or use SimHaven, which is a good balance between the two, but it's not live.
Is my tracking on Volanta not working? Huh. Let me try reloading that.
I had to do
gonna
an
work.
update.
Yeah, Volanta did an update right when I launched my sim earlier. And I don't know if it broke the... Let's see, streamer tools. Let me stop this overlay and start it again. See if it fixes it. Like the little progress bar is not working.
X-Plane and MSFS is. I would take the graphics of MSFS 2024 and put it into the shell of X-Plane 12.
Oh yeah, if you combined flight models and X-Plane with the graphics of MSFS, you would have and the user menus are a lot nicer in X-Plane for usability. You know, you don't have to wait an hour for your controls to load.
They're fixing that, hopefully. Maybe.
Supposedly they're fixing it in Sim Update 3. The beta supposedly has it fixed, but when I was fighting with the sim on Friday night trying to get anything to work, I didn't get to try it.
The X-Plane is better dynamics and systems, in my opinion. But not visual models. The visual models in X-Plane, yeah, Microsoft beats out. Yeah, that used to be a thing, but Asobo cracked down on that.
Can't be letting the competitors use their stuff.
No, but auto ortho, when you get it set up with either Bing Maps or Google Maps, looks just as good for me. How did this
Hey, there we go.
conversation
I
start?
refreshed it and it worked.
Nice.
We're back.
Alright, what's the topic of convo for tonight?
Well, currently we're talking about differences in simulators. P3D is just kind of gone to the wayside at this point.
No, don't buy P3D. Bad idea. We don't do that here. I love it, but I would never suggest anyone dump more money into that money pit right now.
Get the feeling that most of the MSFS developers don't have real-world pilots testing their stuff. Well, that's the thing is,
Phoenix does.
they do, but these things are so complicated that even real-world pilots don't use every single feature. Now, with that being said, some of the stuff's just unforgivable.
Yeah. Cough, cough, Red Rock 3D. But, to be fair, X-Plane has their share of devs that do absolutely new research and make crappy products. It's not as abundant, but it's there.
A little toasty back there. Just turn the air down a little bit.
What I have found interesting is how a lot of the MSFS developers have been porting their products over to X-Plane in the past year.
Well, if
Which is not the way I've seen it go.
X-Plane has the capability to become a big shareholder in the sim market if they really pushed their product.
Yeah, they need to push it though. If they focus on graphics, they could probably get a little more market share. I don't really feel like that's Lamnar's main focus though.
Well, if they could get some better graphics in there and they could get more of a sense of community with X-Plane. I feel like X-Plane is kind of like this.
It's fragmented. You have to go on a bunch of forums to find stuff.
Yeah, there's so many things you got to do to make it work. Which on one hand is nice. On the other hand, for someone who just wants to hop on here and fly and not have to research mods and find things that they don't like and then adjust it. Kind of a downside.
But once you get it done, you can set up exactly how you like it and you leave it and forget it, which is what I do enjoy.
Yeah. MSFS doesn't have a weather radar because they're cheaping out on building a weather engine.
Yeah, they don't want to build their own weather engine, the weather API for developers to use. Because
it's money.
Asobo being Asobo. Yep.
It really boils down to money because it would cost them more money to make it so that we could read the 3D weather variables to put onto an actual radar.
Yep.
Now, a lot of planes have that NextRad stuff, which is just top down, which is it's like looking on your phone at the radar, weather radar.
Yeah, and that NextRad is taking the default SID data from the 747, and it's not great. So it works, but it's not like real. Like the weather radar you're getting in most planes is not what's going to be replicated in the real plane. Like in real planes, you have gain controls. You have you can choose the direction your radar is pointing, set the scope of the radar, and just can't do any of that here. None of that.
Aaron says, "Can you repeat my last message? Got an ad. Are you talking about the ortho? If so, Dev gave, I guess, 3 options there.
Oh yeah, ortho, auto ortho, Sim Haven or XP.
Oh, the radar.
Oh,
Oh, hey,
the radar?
hey, Burner. Been a while, buddy. How are you? The weather radar is, it comes down to money, long story short. SOBA doesn't want to pay for all the API information, and a true weather radar requires X, Y, and Z to be actually useful. So, I mean, we have
We only
NextRad,
have Z.
which is just a top-down X and Y.
Yeah. Some planes have it, some don't.
Yeah.
I
Hey.
personally prefer simulating an in-op weather radar than having a bad weather radar, but that's just me.
Well, oh, here's a good difference between X-Plane 12 and MSFS that I discovered last night. So
What?
Dev and I we departed Boston and we flew through a cloud, and I was like, man, why is it so rough right here? And then like all of a sudden this, it was dark, couldn't really see much. It opened up and I could see again. It's like, oh, were we in a cloud? So, you don't get that in MSFS as much. You can fly through clouds all day long and never get a bump. But then you can fly over a tree the size of an anthill and the airplane does a barrel roll, so who knows. I'm fine, been busy the past few weeks, finally have some time to dive back into simulation and streams. What have you been flying? And Burner, FYI, we're also over on Twitch. I don't know if you're YouTube or Twitch, but I am dual streaming these days, so if you don't mind, check that out and drop a follow. If you use Twitch. Ground vehicles actually stop and wait for your next plane to drive through an MSFS.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
Well, we ran over one
But
last
that's
time.
a really small detail. Yeah, we did.
It'd be funny if there was actually a
Multiple
collision model. Like, it actually mattered if you ran into a ground vehicle.
That'd be
Or
funny.
ran into someone else. Although, that could cause some massive issues. Could you
Yeah.
imagine the trolling that would happen at airports? Just get somebody going, Leroy Jenkins! And, like, smash through another airplane. Whoa, just like that. Just like that. Speaking of, that timing could not have been better. Dev's got that faster airplane than me. Actually, I'm going to bump it up to Mach 0.8. I don't do Twitch generally, but I YouTube. I've been mainly flying the NX Cub lately. Made my first YouTube video in 24 featuring that plane. Oh, nice. I'll have to check it out later. We have not done a group flight with it yet, but WB Sim does have the 152-424 now. So I got it installed, did a little pattern work with it, flies as good as we remember. So we're going to be doing group flights with the 152 in the future because I miss my girl. The rubber ducky's there, Kyle. It's there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Garen told us hands down for me. But maybe when the BFU comes out, I think he'll fix their flare, and it'll be better.
My biggest thing with the Phoenix is the flare.
That's mine too.
Now I've gotten better with it lately,
It's not realistic, in my opinion, though.
but I still get caught floating
Yeah.
a little too much sometimes. What's up, Bodacious? Hello, sir.
What do you mean the dampening?
But the aspects of flights, the dampening. First Officer Bodie came in here for some belly rubs.
Now, if we're talking about visual, I think the Tolos feels great. I like that's a little quick. It feels more realistic to me, but I also don't have experience in the AT20, so I'm just going off what feels right.
Yeah, that's the funny thing is people, myself included, will complain about how an airplane feels having never flown that airplane, but
Yep.
2020 and
You
24.
can kind of judge it.
Sure. I mean, I would not expect a plane to be able to float a mile down the runway with no throttles and 6 or 7 degrees of nose up, you know. So that plus the extreme twitchiness of some airplanes in Microsoft Flight Simulator is really aggravating. Like, why is it so twitchy?
Now, if we're going systems, I do find the Tolos a fair amount better on systems-wise than Phoenix in some very minute places. For the average person, you're not going to matter. But when you come to the 3D model, Toluses look like someone barfed something up. That's what Tolos looks like.
Here, we've got you this wonderful airplane. Other than it looks like a flying brick.
Yeah. It's actually not that bad. It's the texturing that drives me up absolutely over the edge more than the model.
Oh, here. These clouds right here. These are the clouds that drive me crazy in the sim. It's like, why are they, like, looks like somebody drew a smudge on the screen or something. They go from some beautiful clouds to these crappy clouds. I don't understand it.
Yep.
I realize it's probably very bright on the stream, but...
Yes, it is, Niz.
You put
Again,
your
don't know about airliners, but...
put your window shade down and look at them.
Can you do that? No.
You can't. No.
There's
Oh,
no
you
window
can't.
shade.
Oh, and that. Oh, okay. From the pilot seat, I mean.
Oh, well, those don't really work. Let me try. Might work better on the stream, but they just look like putty.
Yeah,
Ground
the
effect
sun
is-
doesn't.
Go ahead.
Sun doesn't dim, but the clouds look a little better. You can see the more detail in them.
Yeah.
A little bit.
For me, yes, Garen, I don't notice the visuals really after the first load-in. To be honest, I'm being very nitpicky things. I'm like panel gaps that drive me absolutely bonkers. But while cost sounds great, I still like the Phoenix sound just as much.
Ground effect is
So
wildly
feature-
exaggerated on most airplanes in sim. Yeah, it is. It's annoying. For them to have taken so much time and making such a detailed aerodynamic model in the sim, it's amazing how bad some of the aerodynamics are. Yeah, Burner,
Yeah,
that's
it's
the
blowout.
HDR to SDR problem. It looked, for me, HDR on my TV looks so much better than HDR, but it gets blown out on the stream. Dev and I spent an entire day one day trying to fix it, but there was no luck.
Who am I passing this time?
Dev just run everybody over.
I know.
He gets past Kyle.
I just got a buzz cut.
I passed Kyle too. Sorry about that.
Wait, how'd you pass Kyle?
I don't know. I'm just cruising, and all of a sudden, next thing I know, I just went through the plane.
What are you cruising at?
0.779 Mach.
Oh,
Wait, how did you...
I'm at
you-
0.78.
Interesting.
You took off last and you got ahead of us?
No, actually, Dev
I took off
last.
Well, Dev, I understand because he's
went the
in
wrong
the
way.
777.
Come on!
But how did Ron? You took off after me. How'd you get ahead of me? What the?
I'm ahead of you?
Yeah.
Yes!
Yeah, you're ahead of all of us.
I don't know.
How you ahead of me? How you ahead of me? Yeah, Ron is ahead of me.
Are you in? Do you have timing or sim rate?
No, I don't think so. Let me check.
Because
the
it was
link there.
Kyle,
Everybody-
myself, Ron, and then Dev, and Ron is somehow in front. I mean, I'm cruising
Oh my
at point
God,
8.
I'm way up there. I'm over Lake Michigan.
We spent hours fixing them, but with the new format, there will be a learning curve. Fixing.
What format?
What are we fixing? Flight models?
Oh, probably. Flight models, you can't do much tuning in Microsoft unless if you have the source files. Source build files. There's some tuning you can do in configuration files, but yeah, that's not much you can do as a as just an independent person without access to source.
Yeah, I don't think we could do much with the Phoenix.
No, the Phoenix you cannot, because the Phoenix run things around.
Yeah.
At all, like that's all obfuscate.
What?
Obfuscated. You know what I'm saying.
We're obligated?
Obfuscated. Nope.
He's making up words.
What are you learning in these AP classes? Something my CCP.
Math and science.
No, I learned computer science.
There's a shirt that I want to get. Obfuscate.
Yes, obfuscate. Thank you.
There's a T-shirt that I need to buy myself, and I've been talking about it for years. I guess I just need to do it. It says I'm an I do math, and it spells engineer wrong multiple times.
I will be in there myself.
Obfuscated.
Are you-
is what you-
Obfuscated. Thank you. Thank you, Burner.
Burner bringing the knowledge.
I can't English.
Hey, like I said before, I'm just a redneck with a few extra brain cells. Don't be throwing these big words around on me.
You know what that means.
Trying to figure out how I get
Obfuscated.
Okay, you can't say it either. Thank you.
I was
You can't say it.
I was making fun of it.
No, my sim rate is normal, so it says.
Yeah, I want to know what Ron's been doing.
I'm so confused.
Ron grabbed a little bit of that high octane jet fuel today.
Ron, are you on live weather by chance?
What?
Are you on live weather?
Oh, that's a good point.
I think so. Shouldn't I
Actually,
be?
what is my?
Double check that.
Yeah, I've got my ground speed is atrocious. Maybe that's why.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm doing 362.
Yeah, I got
What did I-
373.
Maybe I
I'm
wasn't.
doing 48.
Maybe I was not on live, but
He's doing.
something just happened when I switched to live weather.
Oh yeah, that thing will rock your world. Your ground speed probably dropped 100 knots.
Oh no, it's overspeeding.
Yep.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, because you probably went with a tailwind or no wind to having a 100 knot headwind like we have.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not on live weather either. The heck?
Oh man, I guess I better go check myself.
Oh gosh.
All right, I'm on live weather.
Yep, mine's overspeed the same thing that Ron's did.
Okay. Oh, I started. Oh man, I'm climbing.
Yep, mine did the same thing. I regret that.
These cheaters over here.
Yep.
What's your
Must
Mach
have been
speed?
from our last-
0.8. What's your ground
last
speed?
fight.
600.
Well, that explains it.
It does. I was really confused. I was like, how the heck? 'Cause
Now
you're in-
I've got
I assume you're flying the
seven-
Phoenix.
Yep, I got a 74 knot headwind. So that'll slow me
Alright,
down.
alright, Ron. Phoenix versus fly-by-wire, go.
Can't really tell the difference. Sound.
It's not a good
sound.
start.
Well, fly-by-wire is free. That's got it going for it. And I'm always updating it.
I'm guessing it's Lake Michigan below you. not really paying attention where I'm at in a minute. I think it is, though. Yes.
Alright, I'm at 370 ground speed now.
Yeah, Green
Makes
Bay
much
is
more
off
sense.
our nose. I've been laughing at the obfuscated chat and not paying attention where we're at in the world.
I didn't pass up a descent, did I?
No, wrong, you're fine. We have a long flight ahead of us.
Okay. Oh, 30 minutes. You gotta get back down to 36,000 feet.
I've got 194 to top this myself. Nothing but big blue water. Like, speaking of graphics, you see how they, the engine pylon or pillar or whatever they call it, actually looks like it's got shapes to it, you know?
That's insane.
I mean, that's really cool that they can do that. You don't have that next plane that I'm aware of.
This is what you do on some add-ons. It's just depending on the add-on. That's called normal map. But not on every add-on.
Looks a little like duct tape.
Speed tape.
Well,
it's speed tape.
It's not too far removed.
If you see a piece of speed tape, you're gonna go fast.
Mm.
I love when people get freaked out by speed tape. It's really funny.
Oh yeah, people get
I saw
freaked out over the
I saw
littlest
really bad
things.
of this.
Not Magic Mike.
Oh, no.
What? Estimated fuel on board 128.2. I'm confused. I've never seen it say that in that way. Normally it tells you how much, how much fuel's left in the tanks. But that looks like a landing weight. That looks like landing weight. I don't. It's either that or a glitch. Is there an option for EFOB?
That might be in the livery config. Like you cannot change it mid-flight.
Gotcha.
I got some Fenix liveries the other day, and they have like 25 different options you can choose in livery configs.
I've just never seen it this way, and I've flown this Delta livery many times. Maybe it's been there the whole time, and I just didn't notice. But normally that would say like, 9,000 pounds or something. But I only have 9,680 pounds on board. Estimated. What is my? I am confused. Zero fuel weight is 128.5. So you're saying
Are you
I'm
in pounds, not kilograms?
Well, no. Here's what's weird. It says EFOB 128.2. And if I go to the init page, oops. It says my zero fuel weight is 300 more pounds than my estimated fuel on board. What?
What?
It.
You broke something.
Something wrong.
Put an in-op tag on that FMC.
Something ain't right. I don't know what the deal there is. Does it show it on this one? Yeah, same thing. Huh. I'll have to look that one up.
Why does Atlanta think you're descending right now?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The streamer bar is
Say
showing
descending?
phase descending.
I don't know. Something's really whacked out right now, so.
Mm.
I did have to reset that service, so may have broke something with
Makes
that.
you
but
wonder, are you even Dow 929?
I don't know. I did the sim brief for it, so I would hope so.
I was just making a joke.
Alright, Green Bay is over here. That's cool. I don't want to call it a little town. It's a decent sized city. Ugh. Excuse me. It's a nice little airport down there. We can fly out here sometime soon. We're gonna have to look at this Oshkosh fly-in for VATSIM.
Yeah, we are. We're going to get proficient on EFR and then get proficient with that, with the Oshkosh arrival procedure and non-standard terminology.
Yeah, we're gonna need Robo and Cal to do some
Yep.
VFR with us.
Yep.
Ooh, can you see them on the stream? If I hide the top, see the haze and the light coming through with the haze. It's cool. Go Packers! Somebody coming up with a good A330.
80 builds for 24 is decent, and Tolus for X-Plane is decent. Both those two aircraft are very good.
I mean, so both.
And the headwind, of course. I don't really think the headwind's very good, in my opinion.
Any builds needs to
Don't
do
murder
needs
me.
to. The 330 needs a little love still.
It does it actually? Okay.
At least the last time I flew it, it did. It has that. It had that problem where you click through the. You click on the tablet, the shade comes
yeah.
up, and
Oh yeah. Nez. Yeah, Bluebird's working at 767. And then you have. I'm not even gonna mention Captain Sim. And
Captain
then,
Scam.
And then you have Flight Factor. Yeah, Bluebird just needs to get themselves done. I'm getting
They
very
need to-
sick of this
Yeah, like,
hyping up and waiting.
I'm waiting for the 757 for a decade. At least it feels that way.
Yeah, then they decide, hey, you guys, we're going to start reprogramming the entire avionics situation again. Don't worry, we're getting close to release.
They're gonna be at the expo, so I guess Ron and I will have to go over there and pester them if we
Muscle
can.
them.
Ken just wants a 757. He doesn't even want a 767.
Well, yeah, but they're making the 757.
Yeah. Nez, I recommend either going to Brave Browser, which just blocks ads by default, or going to find an ad blocker.
How often you get an ad, Nez? You seem to get them all the time.
I just started recently getting them more and more when I first got here. I don't know if I had like YouTube Premium without like a trial without knowing it, but like I never got an ad, and then like the beginning of this month it's just ads.
Yeah,
like,
Nez has been complaining about them for the past month a lot. And I'm like, I'll check the settings, but it should not be that often. Who's making the 757 and going to be at the expo? Bluebird Simulations.
Cough, cough.
Now, if I can get my hands on it, that'd be kind of cool. Hopefully they have a computer
Here's
set up
not,
with it.
that's not happening. Oh yeah, they are doing a live demo at Expo.
Can you imagine how big of a fiasco 24 is going to be at the expo? Because you have to be online.
Oh no.
This is going to be a disaster.
Oh,
Here, come
no.
check out our airplane once the sim loads.
Oh no.
Just
Oh,
didn't even
that's
think about
great.
that.
That's gonna be good.
Oh, Ron, I hope these guys are there again, but they had I don't want to call it a full motion simulator, but they had a little box you could sit in that was was a motion simulator that was really cool when I was there last time. We'll have to do that. I can't justify the price tag that they want for the $30,000 or $40,000 for it, but it was pretty neat.
Hey, I don't want to bring this up again, but what sim does not require an internet connection to function?
Prepare 3D.
Yep.
Yes, that's true.
X-Plane 6?
X-Plane 12.
FSX.
Yes.
I didn't even think about that. It'll be a 3-ring circus, dog and pony shit show.
We'll probably be running. Well, I know Bluebird is coming out for 2020, so I don't even think they're going to. They probably won't even have 2024 installed in their systems. So that might be fine, but the A2A and the other developers could be the issues.
I'll start porting over a 767 when I feel better. All right, you need to hurry up and get better, Nez. For the entire sim community.
If you could port one of the old Captain Sims from P3D, I'd be very thankful for you. Or even better, the level D simulations.
Saying 7,000 pounds. At the airport. So 130.3.
Really sad I'm not doing it in 2020.
Why is this in meters? It's weird.
Okay, what is wrong with your plane?
I don't know. I mean, I'm in a Delta livery and the runway calcs are in meters.
I think level D 767 is older than me. Yeah, I think it is. It 100% is.
Dev,
What?
somebody's gonna slap you one day for throwing an age card out there.
I think everything's older than you.
Just gonna
Yeah,
say
it is.
that.
So this is a 10,000 foot runway, so somewhere around 7,000 feet. There's a quick turn off, so we can do A4. So low brake. Should be fine. Yeah, we'll do low brake. Nice reverse flaps full. Okay. Alright, we have 105 miles top of descent. an altimeter of 3027. Temperature of 21. Nice and warm. Winds are 80 at 10. And a barrow. Looking for our...
I'm gonna find Cookie Dough, right back.
What? He's gonna overshoot the airport fixing cookies that he's not gonna bring to share.
No.
Barrow's
I saw
1042.
Oreo dark chocolate cream today at the grocery store, but I passed on them because I didn't want to take a risk.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I went with the mega stuff instead.
I was thinking of creating a sim site, making a bunch of high quality airplanes and sell them cheap. What would be your sell price? What'd you say, Kyle?
I said I went with the mega stuff instead, just to be safe.
You can't go wrong with that.
Naz, making a high quality
way.
airplane is harder than you think it is. Trust me, I've tried.
Making an airplane for the sim is a challenge. Period.
Actually, yeah, that's what my summer's gonna be looking like for the next whatever 9 weeks. See, that's the fine. I can do that all day long. It's trying to make something that looks good. That's the hard part, and also the XML interactions suck.
Wish I had more time to work on an airplane.
Are you gonna be more free this June?
Once it dries out some and the grass isn't growing as fast as it is, and I'm not constantly having to mow grass. Because I gotta, I take care of my dad's property as well. It takes a good chunk of a day.
Yep.
Plus, we've been doing a lot of landscape work, so that's been killing me too. I agree, a single add-on should not cost as much as the sim.
No. Well, I disagree, since a lot of these add-ons are simulations in themselves.
I am okay. Well, let me rephrase it. If something has the extreme level of system depth, being the cost of the sim itself, I can agree with, but
More.
being absurd or
No,
more than the sim is not so much.
Well, yeah, but some add-ons I think yeah, you should. That's worth the money you put into it.
Now, I've got hundreds of hours in the Phoenix, so I've got my money's worth out of it.
And that's still less than the base cost of the base version of the sim.
Yeah. And then, like, the 777, when it finally comes over to the 300, I'll get my money's worth out of it, but...
Yep.
I've bought quite a few airplanes that I've only flown for a few hours, decided I really didn't enjoy it that much, and then shelved it. Except for the occasional flight. Dev does that every morning.
Yeah, what about okay. Like the A350, we haven't flown the A350 in quite a little bit.
No, we haven't.
The A350 makes this flight.
Well...
Look that.
I told you, and you didn't see my DM.
I didn't
after
see
you scheduled
your
it.
message until everything was already scheduled. That would have been a good night for a 350 flight. Q100, 200,
No, it's
300,
stuff
777.
you caught up. The WASP, the MSFS and WASP. Who decided that was a good idea to use web tech to make flights and islands?
I
Seriously,
don't know.
someone explain this to me. Why am I using HTML, JavaScript, and C++ compiled to a WebAssembly for a browser to make a flight sim add-on? Someone tell me this. And yeah, really darn good reason.
The world will never know. I also think that MSFS blew up way more than they ever expected it to.
That is also very valid.
Someone here used the FSS B727. If so, do you know how to port it over 24? Tried taking the files and moving them over. I do not have their 727, but I have their EJ.
I have this.
Or the ERJ.
It doesn't work for you in 24 though for some reason. It's not.
No, it wouldn't load.
Burner, I think you need the on Contrail for it to work.
Now, when PMDG brings their DC-6 over, I will probably get that, because I had never purchased it, and having that airplane seems like it'd be a fun plane to fly.
Yeah, it's okay.
Why do you say that?
I just never got into it. It's a good add-on, I just never got into it. Okay, back to the whole add-on sim thing. I agree, the level add-ons are priced way too high. But for the occasional add-on, like, yes, let's go back to the Hot Star Challenger. That is a very expensive aircraft. But there's a lot of work that's gone into that. It kind of makes sense for how expensive it is. Maybe a little up there, but...
The Hot Start probably has the most detailed modeling of the systems of any add-on out there.
Yeah. It also comes with the price tag to suit, though.
Yes. MD-11. Who has the MD-11?
I do.
Yeah, that's right. That's one plane I don't have.
It's okay. It's actually pretty decent. But the developer is kind of slow.
Gotcha.
And they're related directly... I don't want to say their name. They're related directly to smart cars, which can give you a sense of some aspects of the aircraft.
Dumb cars?
Yes. You got it. Made by the same developer. So, it's a good airplane. But it might be a little up there in price. Yeah, Nez.
I'd totally get behind some UPS ops in the MD-11.
It is.
Or
It
FedEx.
actually is a lot of fun. So there's a couple bugs that do drive me. Oh, did I toss my top of descent?
I want the... didn't any builds say they're going to put the new screens in the A300?
What new screens?
The
They put
updated...
the new, they put the new center pedestal, but I don't think there's new
updated,
screens. for
yeah, the
the
updated
A300.
screens. I thought there was updated screens.
The 767 is updated screens that you're talking about.
I swear, I thought they said they were going to do something.
I mean, UPS has like some weird call-in system of some sort. I mean, maybe. But it's like different per airline. Everyone has their own cockpit upgrades. It's not like
Yeah.
one standardized cockpit upgrade.
I mean, the A300's so old.
Well, it didn't stop being produced until 2006. I mean, there's the Primus Epic for the A300. Actually, that's the main one, it looks like. Maybe they are.
Here we go. These.
Yeah, all I see is the Primus Epic. Oh, hold on a minute. Yeah, those Primus Epics.
Yeah, they're. I think any build said something about doing that,
Really? No. Okay.
which would be pretty cool.
It would be.
Yeah, the 300 is a very fun plane to fly.
It is.
I haven't flown in a little while because it was kind of buggy for a while there, so I don't know if they've done any updates on 24.
That could also have been 24. Now the SE2 is out.
Yeah, maybe better. I will never forget the night that I lost my autopilot heading into Boston, and I had to hand fly the entire arrival and approach on VATSIM. Still haven't fixed the ATRs.
You
No, I have
guys. This, I remember this is like when 24 first came out, I think. We were on VATSIM with Knock, and I was doing, I thought CTAF was still online. So I was just doing CTAF advisories because Knock's radio would not work. And his engine went out. Well, it turned out a controller popped online while we were doing approach, and I was saying Mayday calls for Knock. Well,
Emergency
on
calls.
CTAF with the controller online. Yes. It was a thing.
Yeah, the controller comes on here, and I finally got everything sorted out. But what happened is, you know, it was really dark in that cockpit, and I'm used to clicking down here for my spoilers. Well, the spoilers are a little further back, or they're up here, I guess, or wherever they are. But I accidentally clicked on one of the engines in the dark, and I was like, oh, I just lost one of my engines. What the heck? And luckily I was descending, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But it took me a solid 10 minutes to get it started back up. I guess we were trying to figure out how to get it to run again.
Yeah, that was something else.
I wouldn't mind flying the ATR again once they fix it. It was a lot of fun because it was so different when it first came out from anything that we had at the time. Ron, are you descending?
Just about to.
Yeah, I heard from you a little while, and you were pretty high up on my screen there.
Yeah. I got like 5 miles or so.
I got 22 miles. Should be a nice approach, though.
Yeah. Is this live time also?
Yeah, should be.
The sun's up kind of high.
You got to remember,
Well, I guess
we're on the other
Yeah.
central
Central time.
time, I guess. I mean, we're 1,500 miles from Boston.
Yeah. Alright, I'm on my way down.
It always throws me off whenever we fly in central and east, west United States, because I do the same thing. I look outside and I'm like, it's dark. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's been dark.
Yeah. It's not quite dark for me yet.
Yeah.
Close. I feel like I started to be descending, but these are all above flight level waypoints. There's a speed restriction of 280.
Oh yeah, I see, we do have some restrictions here.
I think we need to be down at 8,000. Dolly. $8 miles. We'll start at 5. And start our descent. And we'll set manage speed. Once it's at 280, but I can't even go 280 yet at this altitude.
Oh, I'm so happy I have tomorrow off.
Yeah, I've got the next 2 days off. I'm so happy too. I haven't had a day off all year.
Oh wow, it's almost half of the year.
Yeah. Taking a half day, but half the time I end up continuing to work anyways. I'm ready for the Providence trip though.
This
You're
will be
saving
fun.
PTO for that.
Well, see, I've actually got a decent chunk of PTO. It's not that I don't have any to use. It's just it's been so busy. I haven't had an opportunity to. I've got a wedding down in Florida to go to later this year. A couple weeks I got a golf trip in the Smokies, and the Providence trip. So burn up quite a bit of PTO with those 3 trips, and then probably do a cabin trip at some point as well when it cools off again after summer. Get some hiking in. Need to find a place I can take Bodie this time. I think he would enjoy that.
In boots.
He... I don't know how well he would do on a longer hike. He's got those short little legs, man. I'm still waiting for it to warm up here. It's actually been cold this week here. Been in the 60s. Now,
Really? Wow.
I'm not complaining because it's been nice, but I definitely enjoy my 70s.
It will now be 90 degrees tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be 90 degrees tomorrow night. But apparently there was
golf.
some... What was that wrong?
Golfed in it was in the 50s yesterday. Still hasn't hit here yet. Spring.
Yeah, it'll be back in the 70s midweek. They're forecasting a bunch of rain.
Okay, would you rather be too cold or too warm? That's probably the question posed.
Well, define cold and warm. Are we talking like painfully cold? Or hoodie,
yeah,
hoodie
painfully
weather?
cold and painfully warm. Which would you rather be?
I would rather be cold.
I'd rather be warm.
Yes.
Going cold.
Because I can always add more layers and sit by a fire, but I can only get so naked before
No.
somebody gets mad.
No. It's not that it's actually cold outside. It's that you feel cold all the time. So no matter how much you put on or take off, it's your body's gonna be the same temperature. I see what you did there.
Well,
You have to live with it as is. That's the situation. You can't change it.
I mean, there's varying degrees of too hot and too cold, though. If you're talking like...
Be 0 degrees or 100 degrees Celsius.
But, I mean, am I wearing a fur coat? Or am I just out there in a t-shirt and shorts?
Okay, let's change this. This is ridiculous.
Because, I mean, I guess if I'm out there in a t-shirt and shorts, eventually I'm going to stop feeling anything if it's too cold.
This is ridiculous.
Celsius?
Okay,
0
fine.
degrees
50
Celsius
up
ain't too
to
bad, but 100 degrees
Fahrenheit.
Celsius
No.
would be miserable.
40 to 100, or 40 to 90 Fahrenheit. Let's do that.
40 to 90 Fahrenheit.
Yep. 40 or 90. Sorry. let me put it
Well,
that way, too.
then
Not
okay,
right.
okay. Well, if you're gonna say that, are we talking about like Vegas or New Mexico,
Oh,
where it's
come on!
a dry heat, or are we talking about like Florida with no wind,
And 100% humidity.
100%
you are in a
humidity?
box. You are in a box.
Well, you can't
never
say
been
that
close.
because 90 degrees with zero humidity versus 90 degrees and 100% humidity are two different things.
Okay,
got
you're
the
in the Sahara Desert.
So a dry heat. I would
Yes,
take 90
sure,
all day
whatever.
long because that feels great.
Okay. Okay. We're getting somewhere now.
Because I've been in places that's been really low humidity, 90 degrees, and it is extremely comfortable.
Okay.
But I've also
let's
been
try
in
this
Florida
now.
and it's 90 degrees and it's extremely uncomfortable.
Okay, let's try this now. You are sitting as a passenger in your aircraft. You can either set temperature to 40 degrees or 90 degrees Fahrenheit.
If we're in an aircraft, it's
Do
got to
the-
be 40. Because
Okay.
you're full of hot, humid air, and if I'm sitting next to you, it's going to be sweltering.
Oh, come on! You're killing me here.
I guess Steph could say the same for me. Walter Dry Heat.
I'm scared to do that.
Oh, Jeff Dunham.
What? Who's that?
I can't really drag it over Nez and watch, but I'll watch it later. He's Jeff Dunham, Walter, the old guy.
Oh yeah.
The old guy.
Well, this is so. Jeff Dunham is a ventriloquist, and he has Walter, which is the old grumpy man. Ahmed the dead terrorist. Jalapeno on a
I
stick.
love Ahmed.
And what's the idiot one? What is his name? Jeff Dunham.
Peanut. There he goes. Peanut. He just said.
Peanut. Yeah. Peanut.
You know, yeah.
Oh, they make a Funko Pop of Jeff Dunham. Look at this.
What the heck is that?
You don't know what a Funko is?
No.
Dude, I kind of
The,
want
like
this
the
now.
little vinyl characters. You see, like
Oh.
Target has.
Oh.
I've got some Harry
interesting.
Potter ones.
Yeah, I got the Witch King. It's my favorite.
The Witch King?
Yeah, from Lord of the Rings.
Witch King
Yeah, like the
Funko.
Nazgul guy.
This one? That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a way to spend some money and for something to sit on your shelf and collect dust.
Mm-hmm.
I will not be doing it.
It would be the same as buying a little airplane model.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I've also been to Vegas when it was 115 degrees outside, and I mean, it just felt like a hot air dryer was blowing on your face the entire time. But it
Okay,
really wasn't that
well, here's a
uncomfortable.
Here's a question though. Why would I get virtual planes that clutter up my real space when I can get? Why would I get physical planes that clutter up my real space when I can get virtual planes that clutter up my hard drive?
I mean, you can look and actually touch the model.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's valid.
But you can actually use the sim plane.
That's valid. Okay.
Two different purposes.
Yep.
So then when someone walks into your sim room, it's covered in models and hardware and They can actually see that and be like, oh, this guy must like airplanes. But they can't see what's on the hard
Actually, there's actually a couple aircraft I haven't yet to actually take out for a flight yet.
that you've
That I
bought.
own.
Oh lord.
Yes.
Well, I guess I've got the C-130. I've never actually taken it. Well, I take that back. I have flown it. I need
Yeah.
to take the time to learn that thing, but
Yeah, we do.
there were some really weird key binding things going on that was driving me nuts. So
Yeah. I'm bad at influence on you.
lately you have been.
What do you mean lately?
Oh, I'm sorry. All the time. My bad.
What have I done recently? I've been pretty responsible.
We got the 130, and we haven't flown it
Yeah.
yet. Like on an actual flight.
Like,
I've done pattern work with it, but the Dirty 30. Who made it?
Milviz.
Milviz. Yeah.
Sorry, not Milviz. Blackbird Simulations. Yes, Milviz. Blackbird.
Well, same thing.
Yeah. No, Nez, we're actually playing the Captain Sim C-130. I'm just joking. We would never do that.
Yeah, I would never purchase.
Oh, it's
anything
actually not.
from-
It's actually not that bad. They're kind of redeeming themselves slowly.
I should be able to see the airport off our nose. There it is.
Yep, it's 2024 native. It's called the Dirty 30. Look it up. They're sitting sold in limited batches right now, just for beta testing, for alpha testing.
Dude,
It's alpha.
The owner of Milviz or Blackbird, he's a character.
Yes, he is.
He is a character. If you watch some of his live streams, that dude's nuts.
Yeah.
He's extremely passionate and extremely smart, but he is has a very interesting personality. I would like to meet him. Hopefully, I can meet him at Sim Expo.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
Who is that?
I don't know what his name is. Rob Cunningham? Is that it?
I have no idea, frankly.
Never heard of him.
I'm fortunate that I've had little issues with 24 thus far. I'm actually enjoying higher frame rates in 24 than 20. Yeah, I have better visuals, better frame rates when it works. I haven't had too many times where it's not worked, but Friday kind of
You literally couldn't
beat
get
me
in
off.
Sim for 2 days in a row.
It was one day, and what even that? It actually loaded when I let it sit for a couple hours. But I think it was just a connection to the server.
That still drives you bonkers.
Yeah, it drives me nuts too. But in development, story of my life. Yeah, between Dev and I, there's an untold amount of projects that have not been completed yet. Oh, we need more drag. Go ahead and drop our lights just to give us a little extra drag. And get the seatbelt signs on. It's a little bumpy. Just adding some distance rings here for our reference. Oh wait, why did that not? Did that not add them? Oh, it did. Oh man, I'm going crazy. It's because we were right over the airport. I'm bringing a notch of drag here. Make sure we're still okay.
Dev, how fast are you going?
257 GS.
And we're going
Okay.
down to 5,000 feet.
Do you need me to speed up?
No, I'm just right behind you. I didn't want to encroach on you. I got 7 miles to you.
I was on 24. I was a 24 latecomer, relatively speaking. I didn't purchase and install until late February 25. Yeah, we got a day one, and that was a fiasco. Yes, it might be on
Except
the
the way what was
drivers.
a fiasco.
The launch day for 24.
Oh gosh, that was bad. The X12 sucks for me. I don't know why, which I think is part of the reasons of the issues I have in 2024. Oh, I never turned my APU off.
All right, checklist. It's going down
I
to
saw between
4,000.
nicknames a lot.
Kyle, do you remember Space Ghost, Coast to Coast? Or
It
Ron,
sounds
really?
familiar.
It was a cartoon series, and I was gonna call Dev Scapegoat Coast to Coast. Alright, let's go ahead and go into heading mode here. Maintain the current heading. Let's get our landing systems on. Arm our spoilers, we're on low brake. And we were looking for, what was it, A4? Yeah, A4 or A3. Take that first left turn we can, that should spit us out right there at the terminal. It's kind of cool flying over these lakes like this.
Scenery is pretty cool.
Yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and slow down to
Getting it.
215.
I'm getting a traffic TCAS advisory from Ron right now.
I've slowed down. I'm on final.
Alright, I'm
I
following
am
Kyle
too.
in. Get run off my right, Kyle's in front
Oh,
of me.
this
So
is gonna be
once
tight.
once I pass
Yeah, I'm
Kyle, I'll
turning.
cut him behind him.
Alright, I'm gonna slow down to final approach speed. No, I'm gonna slow down to 180. Just so you guys are aware.
I'm
Just give
still
Ron some room.
managed.
Ron, if you can keep 180 or greater to 5 mile final, that'd be amazing.
I'm at 140. I'm already slowed down.
Crap. Okay,
Go by me if you
what can I
want.
do here? No, I might go around if I can't get in for you.
Yeah, I don't have a ton of fuel, so we're gonna hold off on the APU right now.
Don't worry, I still have 18.3 thousand pounds.
I burned a lot at Mach 8. Wish TCAS would work with multiplayer in the Phoenix. I don't know why it doesn't.
Yeah, I was wondering why it didn't.
Let's do a right turn.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and slow down final approach, or you know what, I'll go 160 if you guys can maintain something around that.
Yeah, we'll slow down to 180.
A gear down.
Yeah.
Well, I'm way back in line here. I'm following Colin. So.
I'm crossing the final approach fix here, I think.
I'll go to 190.
You can stay at 180. It should be all right because I'm still turning.
180. All right.
So Ron, generally speaking, in most scenarios you want to keep going as fast as you can until you absolutely need to slow down on finals. To make your trip faster from fuel burning and for ATC vectoring. Generally, that's not always the correct way.
What in the world?
What's going on?
I guess my flap lever wasn't actually registering flaps 1. And it did something crazy there with some protections. We got it recovered.
I'm slowing down to be rough.
Localizer mode.
Oh no, my landing speed is higher than Ron's current speed. This is going to be interesting.
Let's do a right turn.
Land together.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
They have parallel runways we could take.
Nah, you're good, you're good, you're good. I've already run over 2 planes today. I can make it a third if needed.
Flaps too.
We didn't get a altitude readout. Interesting.
When you're landing?
Yeah, usually at 2,500, 1,000. I didn't get him.
Huh.
Oh, there's 500. That's the first one.
Yeah, it is land of 10,000 lights. It's very pretty. This Minneapolis is a beautiful area.
It's a free airport for mini builds too.
Oh, I don't know if I have it installed.
Should.
Goes.
Alright, we avoided a bit of a fiasco there. In good shape now.
Checklist incomplete norm. Yeah, thanks.
Let's go push mode. A lot of hand flying on in. I'm going to have to recalibrate my flap switches there. So it looks like I had it in the detemp, and I guess it never actually went to flaps 1. I didn't confirm it. And then we undersped and then went to some sort of a protections mode, which we caught pretty quickly. Yeah, let's go down to 3,000 feet.
I'm down and off the runway.
And we're going to manage speed.
Ooh, that was a good one. 96 feet coming.
Nice, Ron.
Nice.
That's my best in Phoenix, I think.
Phoenix is tough to land.
Yeah.
Especially the
congrats.
321 and the 319.
Yeah, they act very differently. The 319, you got to keep the juice in your flare. And the 321, you got to let it go early, and it barely requires any flare. Let's go gear down. Flaps 3. And flaps 4. I'm gonna go swimming in that little lake down there. I'm enjoying the visuals and not flying my plane. Better pay attention.
You may be swimming in it.
Yeah, I might be swimming accidentally. Look, that lake's getting really close. Oh, crap. Why don't I see the runway? Might be where it's blown out. Should be able to see it there. Yep, no problem. You'll be seeing it real shortly, though. Nice and calm approach here. Does it get a little bumpy right before the threshold?
No, it's pretty
yeah.
smooth. I think.
Sweet.
Five hundred.
500 feet.
Hundred above. Minimum.
Continue.
One hundred. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
Battery. Reversers. Ooh, she's wanting to ride a wheelie. Reversers off.
I'll be back in about 10 minutes, you guys.
Thanks,
Okay.
Burner. Alpha 5, we made it a ramp early. Or taxiway. Alright, spoilers, flaps. Let's get that APU going. 1, 2, 3. Taxi lights. Don't need you, don't need you. I need to get that free scenery apparently, because this looks meh.
These gates are a little wider, huh?
Yeah,
I
there.
am back.
That was a quick 2 minutes.
Yeah, I was gonna take a shower, but I decided not to.
Alright, APU's on. Bleed. Engine 1 and 2 can come off. And release the passengers. Alright, let's take a look at that landing rate. That says 198? There ain't no way.
Is that too good or too bad?
I barely even felt the landing. It must have measured it
I
right
think-
at that last flare.
Landing rate is such an arbitrary thing. I don't enjoy that. That's how we measure how good we land in the sim.
Well, it was also like, kind of wonder if it depends on where it captures your last number at, right? Because I flared very, very last second, so a little extra flare, I should say.
Which also is probably how you get those positive landing rates.
It is. Or if you're going on if the runway slopes up, it'll give you a positive landing rate too. Deboard, GSX. What? Pushback. What? Abort pushback. Okay, GSX is being GSX. Alright guys, I appreciate everybody joining tonight. Appreciate the good conversation there too. Nez, I hope you feel better. Burner, glad to see you again. We'll be back, I don't know, I'm off the next 2 days. There might be a random stream that pops up, and it'll probably be on VATSIM, I would guess. It's been a little while since I've done some VATSIM stuff, so. I got a little extra yard work to do, but I'm going to take the time to try to get some fun flying in, so. Should be, if anything, we're going to be doing group flights, and there may be a stream, I'm not sure yet, but worst case scenario, we're back on Thursday. We'll probably be in the C-152 and enjoying our WB Sim JP Logistics little airplane there, so should be a lot of fun. And you guys have a good night and enjoy your evening as well. I appreciate you being here. So until next time, guys, happy flying.